Here we go, the Michael Batson Show, coming to you live on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. You know who's having a better day than Tua Tagovailoa? Jordan Love and his family and his team and his relatives. He's having a pretty good day. He signed a 4-year, $220 million contract. It's not the most in franchise history, but it's the most a quarterback has ever gotten. Ever gotten. It goes to Jordan Love. Some people were shocked. I thought that this was bound to happen. And I'm not just saying stuff. Look at my short I had a few days ago. I said the quarterback market is crazy. And teams are becoming more and more desperate to lock down franchise quarterbacks and not having to go to the draft, pick up a free agent, rely on a backup. Because the NFL is driven by quarterbacks. And it's great to have a defense or a great head coach, but as the Chiefs saw, because they have Mahomes, they don't really have great weapons, a defense, they have a good head coach. They won a Super Bowl. If you have a good quarterback, you will compete year in, year out. So teams are becoming more desperate to lock down franchise quarterbacks. And quarterbacks in general. I started realizing this when Arizona signed Kyler Murray to a long-term deal after 3 years of no playoff success, late season collapses, and a mentality that just wasn't good. Teammates hated him. They gave him a contract because he was better than most quarterbacks in the draft and better than most quarterbacks you could sign in free agency. Teams who are desperate settle. The Browns settled on Deshaun Watson. They didn't want to go through the draft process. They tried with Baker. They tried with Johnny Manziel. They said, well, here's a veteran. Let's give him some money. That was desperate. The Falcons signing Kirk Cousins, 36-year-old quarterback, coming off an injury. Long-term deal. That was desperate. They don't want Desmond Ridder. They don't have a great draft choice, so let's just sign an older quarterback. Teams are more desperate and quicker to sign good to really good quarterbacks than ever before. And if you have Jordan Love, who looks pretty polished compared to most other 24-year-old quarterbacks, who learned from Aaron Rodgers, good attitude, quiet kid, mobile, he wins games, he had great stats in his first year starting and won a playoff game. You pay him. Especially when Trevor Lawrence, who has been mediocre for 3 years, got 190. I said this a few days ago. I said that if CJ Stroud went to the open market, how much would you pay for your team to sign him? I'd say 50, 55 million, 60, 65 million. It doesn't matter. Because we know if you go big on a quarterback, you could just go a little lower on the weapons, get a good defense. That's what Kansas City have done. So the money doesn't matter. The point is that people would cut off their left leg for CJ Stroud. Walk into a bar in Jacksonville. You say, well, you just signed Trevor Lawrence, but you could erase it and take CJ Stroud. People would cut off their arm. And if you look at the stats with Jordan Love and CJ Stroud, first year starting for both of them last year, Stroud was hurt a few games, but Love was better in QBR, completion percentage, touchdowns, and he also was one throw away from going to the NFC Championship. Stroud is going to get more money than Love in 2 years. But until then, Love is the most polished product in the NFL between 22, 23, 24, 25 years old. Think about it. If he was coming into the NFL 4 years ago, we'd be like, hold on, we have to pay Josh Allen. We have to pay Lamar Jackson. We have to pay Patrick Mahomes. We have to pay Justin Herbert. Those guys are older now. Who do you have to pay? Trey Lance? Justin Fields? No. There's only 3 to 4 good right now quarterbacks who are drafted in the last 3 to 4 years who are starting. It's actually just Jordan Love, CJ Stroud, and Jalen Hurts. Would you give Jalen Hurts a contract? Yeah, but that's not till next year. So right now, Jordan Love is the only quarterback who's under 25 who has skills who's ready for a contract. The NFL loves quarterbacks. Teams are desperate for quarterbacks. The Packers saw what Love could do with a young team, first year starting, new offensive coordinator, older weapons. They want to sign him to a long-term deal. If you have a good enough quarterback, you will have a shot at winning the Super Bowl every year. Now the Packers do. It's as simple as that. The quarterback, or the NFL, is a quarterback-driven league. Just like college basketball is a one-star point guard-driven league, especially in March Madness. All the attention goes to the quarterback. All the money goes to the quarterback.